Hey everybody, I'm Uchiha Trav, and today we're going to be going over the breakdown here for how to beat the Righteous Fury node in the U7 difficulty, the U7.5 difficulty here with the Symbiotes team. Now my Symbiotes team is about 600k. It does matter to some degree what the power of your Symbiotes team is, but for the most part it's mostly about the strategy. As long as your team is strong enough to handle the content, you should be fine. So we're going to get into it here. We'll give a breakdown of what's going on as it's going on and what we're going to do. In the first part of the phase, the main damage dealer is going to be the Deadpool, but he's not actually the main direct first target. The first thing you have to deal with is the shield security. Depending on how the RNG goes, somebody can die here. Really easy. Somebody did die here, but that's really not that big a deal. Especially since it wasn't our anti-venom, we should be fine. We're going to go ahead and get a whole lot of speed here with Carnage. We're going to get a defense down place on the tank. Once we can get our screen back, we should be able to take off that buff there. We can get it off here with good old Venom. Now that that's off, we can put a debuff on a... actually, we can just go here. We'll just load him up and kill him. We'll just finish him off. Normally, I would put a Disrupt on him, but the way that this one played out since Scream died, we'll just keep it going this way. We've got everything going the way we want it to go. He gets a little taunt there. It really doesn't matter. He's dead. We can come over here. We can finish off Deadpool. Like I said, he's the main damage dealer. He's the guy who's going to actually kill your team. You can keep it in pretty good control as long as he's out of the way. Get some damage spread across here and try to finish off Deadpool. Get the taunt off of her. I'm sorry, the dodge off of her. Get the speed up here from Hurting Cable, and then we're going to want to go in here and start in on the good old Sentry. You don't want him to get the ability to give everybody those evades, because it makes the fight last longer. And one thing that can happen with the symbiotes is you can get timed out. You never want to time out, so you want to do as much damage as you can here to the Sentry. Make sure that he doesn't get those silly evades off in the stun. I mean the stealth on everybody. That will be much better. Yes, much better. So let's go ahead and buff up our team here now that we've loaded him up with a lot of bad nasty shit. Help us get this damage done. Let's scoot over one and get in a big disrupt. Really just to do damage to as many people as possible. That's all we really need right now. Get a couple more people into some bad spots. He's going to go ahead and bleed out as soon as it's his turn. We don't have the AoE from Spider-Man to extend everything, but we can get a big damage in with the basic. We want the speed up as much as possible here. We want to make sure that people are going to die once they're done with it. So these guys in nice red health. That attack from Mystique shouldn't do too much damage. We're going to make sure we finish Cable before he gets an attack, just because. Come back over here to Fury. The targeting at this point of the match is not so important. All the priority targets are already dealt with. As long as they're dealt with, you don't have to worry too much about the rest of them. You just kind of have to take them out until the Loki and the Deadpool spawn. When the Loki and the Deadpool spawn, you're going to want to go back to controlling them. Both of them can do an incredible amount of damage. You want to stun the Loki if you can, or kill him right away if you can. Either way, by the point that he comes back in, you should have most of your cooldowns back, because all you really need is basics here. So by the time he comes back, you should be fine. We're going to start in on Mystique. We still have 2 minutes, so it looks like we don't have a lot of time, but we actually have a good amount of time to do this. Let's spread around some buffs here. We'll slam the Loki, like we said. You'll have a lot of control ready for this point, and you want to kill the Loki and the Deadpool. Really important right here. Try to get her out of stealth if we can. That way we can get the speed off of her. We'll get the speed off of her. He's stunned, so we can start in here on the Deadpool. Try to make sure to finish him off as fast as possible. With 1 minute and 40 seconds left, once again, it looks bad, but it's not so bad. I don't know if we have the Disrupt ready. It didn't look like it when I saw right there. There is going to be another shield security coming in here, getting annoying. These guys luckily are all under the percent where they would activate his heal, so that'll be no problem there. Let's go ahead and finish off Mystique. Still got 1 minute and 20 seconds left. It looks like we're pretty much good to go. Body slam here for big damage. And then we have to kind of go with him. We don't really have to, but it makes sense just to go with him before he gets his reflexes time, before he gets his defense up. And you can really just basic in at this point. All you're really fighting is the timer boss. There's no enemies on the field that can really deal any damage to you that's going to be significant. And then once you get him dead, Fury's going to summon in some summons. Those are just good for you because it means more speed for your team. So go ahead and get more speed. And take out the rest of the fight here. Start with Fury, 40 seconds. Once again, The only thing that can really beat you on this node is the timer boss. I could have done a little faster if I wasn't explaining and looking around on who to target, or if I would have autoed. But those are directly the targets that you're going to want to take out each time if you can, the way you want to control the node. It's not that tough. It can get out of control if you don't control it properly. There is some huge damage that can happen from Deadpool, so you don't want that to happen. And also, of course, Loki at any point can control and kill your team when he comes in. So there's some big people to stun and some big people to control, but for the most part, it's not that tough, and that's a rough way to do it right there. You should be able to handle it pretty easy following that strategy, or a small improvisation of that strategy, depending on how the RNG goes, but that's the basic way to do it. Love you guys. Thanks for checking out the video, and I will catch you soon with another strategy on how to beat all the different boss nodes in the central lane, and maybe eventually in all the lanes on U 7.5. Take it easy, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead on over to Twitch and give me a follow. I stream most days, and I would love to see you. You might enjoy yourself, and I would definitely enjoy seeing you.